Hey music teachers, we're on the road to getting our students to sound great. In last week's Intonation 101 video, we talked about tone quality, and this week we're going to talk pitch flexibility. So if you're a band, choir, or orchestra director and you're struggling with your students' intonation, then you should hit like and follow or subscribe and follow along as I take you through every step that I use to make sure my students are developing good intonation. The first step is to get students to hear high versus low, and the vehicle I use for that is, of course, the siren. My brass players do this from day one when I'm teaching them about partials, and if you're a vocal teacher, you probably already have your students do this too. With brass players, now it's time to refine it down to a smaller siren, and you can do it with reed players on mouthpiece and neck for saxophone, mouthpiece and barrel for clarinet, just on reeds for double reeds. And with flute, you can teach them about rolling in and out to adjust pitch a little bit. And it's super fun in the beginning because they get to make these sounds. And you just teach them about their muscle control and which way to adjust their muscles in order to get the pitch to go up or down. If you're on strings, of course, you can start to have them adjust those pitches by moving back and forth on the string, getting their muscles in their ears to match up versus what does it go high, when does it go low. That's a super fast exercise, can be done in 30 seconds as long as you do it every day in rehearsals, sectionals, lessons. And if you're working in a large ensemble, you should have your percussionists sing so they're developing their ears too, because they'll need them later on for timpani. The way I do this with groups is to just use hand signals to go up and down. And eventually you can start going a little up and a little down. In the beginning, keep it really wide so even the kids who have a hard time hearing pitch can hear that difference. And then slowly make sure that you're coming down to a smaller interval. Then and only then do I introduce the tuner into the ensemble, because once they can already hear the variations in the pitch, then I want them to start matching that up with the lights going either way on the tuner. So I'll hook up one to the projector in the room so everybody can see it, and then I have a few individuals demonstrate, and then we just do that every day or so. I tune another section so that we can watch the lights go and they can start to make that connection from their ear to what's happening on the tuner. This is an important process because some kids will figure this out on their own. And as musicians, you and I probably figured this out on our own. What happens if I do this? Because we spend a lot of time with our instrument or our voice and we're able to make that discovery. But a lot of students do not do this independently, so it's important to teach it explicitly. Once we've used the tuner in class a few times and the students are starting to kind of get it, then I give them a list of free tuner apps that they can get on their phone. I tell them where to find a free online tuner that they can use if they're one-to-one devices in school or if they have a device at home. Now, especially with young kids in large ensembles, I don't tune every student every day because that would just take forever. So I'll say, okay, today we're going to tune the trumpets and the horns, and they learn their note to tune on and they figure out where they're at, and I tell them how to adjust it if they're out on their main tuning note. Push in, pull out, do this or that. So now that the students are learning how to use electronic tuners, next week I will have a couple of free resources for you in teaching how to get them to use them consistently and adjust when they are flat or sharp. That's it for today. Catch you next time.